issues. Number 6. 2-year-old Ben is left with his aunt during the day while his mother goes to work. Each time his mom leaves, he cries loudly and tries to follow her out the door. His aunt tries to calm him by offering candies, but he refuses to be comforted. When his mother returns, Ben runs to her, but then hits her and pushes her away while crying at the same time. What kind of attachment is shown according to Ein's work? A. Secure attachment. B. Avoidant attachment. C. Resistant attachment. Or D. Disorganized attachment. So the answer here is C. Resistant attachment, or also known as ambivalent attachment. It is marked by intense separation anxiety and mixed responses at reunion, such as clinginess combined with anger or resistance, as seen in the behavior of Ben. For option A, it is incorrect because securely attached children may show distress but are easily comforted when the caregiver returns. Option B is also incorrect since avoidant children tend to avoid contact and show little emotion when separated or reunited. And lastly, option D is incorrect because disorganized attachment often involves fearful, odd, or contradictory behavior often tied to neglect or trauma, which isn't evident in the given scenario.
Number 7. A 5-year-old boy proudly shows his father a drawing he created, but his father dismisses it, saying, "This isn't good enough, try harder." The kid thereafter avoids drawing, stating, "I'm bad at art." Which conflict is this child experiencing according to Erickson's psychosocial theory? A. Autonomy versus shame or doubt. B. Initiative versus guilt. C. Industry versus inferiority. D. Trust versus mistrust. The correct answer here is letter B. Initiative versus guilt. Because children in Erickson's third stage, ages 3 to 6, take the initiative to participate in activities. Criticizing someone unfairly like "this isn't good enough" makes them feel guilty and discourages them from trying again. Unresolved shame resulting from restricted initiative is reflected in the boy's avoidance. Letter A, autonomy versus shame or doubt, is incorrect because this stage occurs throughout toddlerhood, ages 1 to 3, and is all about becoming independent. Example is dressing or toileting. The child avoids drawing because he feels guilty about being teased, but not ashamed of his independence. Letter C, industry versus inferiority, is incorrect because children begins to acquire knowledge and abilities from middle childhood, ages 6 to 12. Since the boy is only 5 years old, the conflict corresponds with his past psychosocial growth. Letter D, trust versus mistrust, is incorrect because Erickson's initial stage infancy is focused on developing trust with caretakers. There is no mistrust of other people in this situation, so it is incorrect. Number 8. 4-year-old Ken refuses to share his blocks even when other children ask nicely. He becomes upset when someone touches his toys. Which developmental concept best explains Ken's behavior? A. Theory of mind deficit. B. Lack of symbolic thought. C. Pre-operational egocentrism. D. Underdeveloped moral reasoning. Letter C is the correct answer. Pre-operational egocentrism. Because it is a key characteristic of Piaget's pre-operational stage, ages 2 to 7. Describe a child's difficulty seeing things from another person's perspective. Ken's actions reflect this. He focuses solely on his own feeling about them, failing to understand or consider the desires of other children. His inability to share stems from his limited perspective, not necessarily a lack of understanding of others' feeling. Thought that may be a contributing factor. Letter A, theory of mind deficit, is incorrect because a theory of mind deficit refers to a difficulty understanding that others have different beliefs, desires, and perspectives. While related, it not the most precise explanation. Ken's behavior is primarily about possession and his own viewpoint, not necessarily a complete lack of understanding that others have different mental states. Letter B, lack of symbolic thought is incorrect because it refers to the inability to use symbols like words or images to represent objects or ideas. This is less directly relevant to Ken's behavior of not sharing, while symbolic thought is a developing during the pre-operational stage. His problem is more about perspective taking than symbolic representation. Letter D, underdeveloped moral reasoning is incorrect. This refers to a child's limited understanding of right and wrong, while Ken's behavior might have moral implications. The core issue is egocentric perspective, not lack of understanding of moral rule. He is not necessarily acting wrong in his own mind. He is simply unable to see things from the other children's point of view.
Item 9. Marky is a brilliant child who knows how to find ways just by using what is available in his surroundings. He is known by his peers as the 5-minute craft boy because of his practical ways of solving and doing things. What type of intelligence does this tackle? A. Interpersonal, B. Contextual, C. Componential, D. Spatial. So the correct answer here is B. Contextual. So it's not interpersonal or incorrect. Interpersonal is incorrect because it more focuses on understanding other people or communicating with other people. Contextual is the correct one because it more focus on practicality and how to deal with the environment when it comes to solving problems. Componential is incorrect because it's more focused on analytical analysis when it comes to solving problems. Spatial is also incorrect because it talks about objects and their relationship in space. We can say that componential is close to the item, but we can see here that contextual is the best answer because of the word practical ways of solving and doing things from the item, and also because of the phrase by using what is available in his surroundings. So interpersonal and spatial came from Gardner's multiple intelligence, while contextual and componential came from Sternberg's triarchic theory. Item 10. Carmela was known as a calm and reserved child, but when her parents constantly argued, she became irritable and always shouted at her mother. When her father tried to talk to her, she suddenly became aggressive and even tried to punch her father. What behavior does Carmela manifest given her family's atmosphere? A. Externalizing behavior, B. Aggression, C. Internalizing behavior, D. Co-regulation. The correct answer here is A. Externalizing behavior, because Carmela basically had experienced emotional problems and difficulty in expressing her emotions because she always witnessed, because of her having a hard time expressing her emotions, she then expressed it through aggressive behavior or hostile behavior. B. Aggression is also incorrect. Aggression doesn't really describe Carmela's behavior. Why? Because Carmela is originally, in the first sentence, is calm and reserved child, but was only became aggressive because she always witnessed her parents constantly arguing. C. Internalizing behavior is incorrect because this talks about the behavior that is turned inward, or when a child faces struggles or emotional struggles or emotional turmoil, she tends to turn that struggle inward, leading to depression or anxiety. Co-regulation is also incorrect because this is a concept where a child has the freedom to decide on his or her own, but of course with the support or guidance of his or her parents.